Trying to juggle all of life's demands and keep up with the hectic pace of modern life can be really overwhelming sometimes and even make us feel a bit detached from the world around us. And this feeling becomes really common during the fall season when workloads start to increase and holiday preparations and shopping lists start piling up. So what's the solution? Grounding yourself. In this video, I'm going to teach you a really simple yogic technique for grounding yourself whenever you feel overwhelmed, so stay tuned. Hey there, I'm Lisa Engles Witter, and welcome to my channel where I help spiritual seekers just like you to harness the ancient wisdom of yoga to live an extraordinary life. Now, the goal of this channel is actually very simple. It's just to make it easier than ever before for anyone to find happiness and fulfillment in their everyday life by using wisdom teachings that have already been passed down to us for millennia. Now, before I dive into today's topic of grounding, I want to be sure that you take a moment to grab a free report I created called Karma Demystified. And in this report, I cover one of the foundational principles of yoga, which is the law of karma. And hidden in this principle is the secret to living a freer and fuller life. And you can download it for free at www.karmic-warrior.com. The link is in the description below this video. And in this report, I explain what karma is, how it's created, the process for clearing your karma so that you can step into the life that you were born to live. So also be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I post new videos just like this one on a regular basis. So fall is a busy time of year, as we all know, and as you're getting ready for the upcoming holidays, it's really not that uncommon to feel overwhelmed, to feel anxiety, and even detached from the world around you if you're really, really stressed out. So grounding is a yogic technique that can help us to feel more connected to ourselves, to our surroundings, and others in the world when we're feeling out of balance or overwhelmed in our life. So with enough practice, this grounding technique that I'm going to teach you in this video will help you to recenter yourself in any circumstance. So this particular technique that I'm going to teach you brings you into the present moment using all of your five senses. And you can use it whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, whenever you're feeling anxious or stressed out. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to describe the practice here. And I decided to create a 5-minute guided version of this practice that I'm putting the link in the video below here so that you can just go through that practice without the description of it. So again, it's meant to be a 5-minute practice. And here's how this works. You're going to spend 1 minute connecting with each of your 5 senses. So you'll begin with your sense of sight. And you're going to notice for 1 minute everything that you see in your environment. And what you want to do is pay really particular attention to all of the objects in your environment. And notice for 1 minute, what is the shape of the objects? What are the sizes, the colors, the forms? So it's more like you are you don't need to look at an object and name it like, oh, computer or water bottle or phone. Rather, what I want you to do for this portion is to just see objects as shapes, forms, and colors. So you might mentally, for a minute, describe to yourself all the colors you see: white, black, red, blue, yellow, magenta, rust, whatever the colors are or the shapes are, circles. I'm looking out my window here and seeing a planter that's sort of, circle and long. So you can just use these words to describe whatever the shapes are, colors, sizes, forms that you see in your environment. So that's step 1. 1 minute on the sense of sight. Then you move to the second sense, which will be the sense of touch. So you'll spend 1 minute noticing everything that you can notice about sensations that are related to your body. So, for instance, you might spend a little bit of time noticing the surface underneath your body and feeling the surface underneath your body. Feeling what your garments, your clothes, feeling the gentle touch of your clothes against your body. You might notice as well your breath and bringing your attention just to your nostrils, where the breath and the sensation of the air moving in and out, the cooling and warming sensation. Or you might notice the temperature of the air on your skin. So these are all different ways that you can spend for a minute noticing this and bringing your attention to the sense of touch. And then you can shift your attention to the sense of hearing and notice all of the sounds that are in your environment. And what I would want you to do for this minute is to take maybe 20 seconds and hone in on just one sound. Maybe it's the sound of birds chirping, or the sound of your dryer in the laundry room going on, and you're just listening to the dryer. Whatever it is, just hone in on one sound, and then for the rest of the minute, expand your awareness to include all of the sounds in your environment. So just taking in all of the sounds that you hear simultaneously and equally. So that's sound, the sense of hearing or sound. And then you'll move to the sense of smell. This one can be a little bit tricky if you're in an environment that doesn't have much of a smell, but generally there's always some type of fragrance or odor, however subtle, that you can notice. For instance, I'm in a room right now where candles are lit, and while the candles aren't, they're not fragrant candles, it still smells like candle. It still smells like the wax of candle in the room that I'm sitting in right now. Whatever room that you're sitting in, maybe you smell the food coming from the kitchen or coffee, or the smell of the faint smell of flowers outside. Or if you live in the city, you might be smelling I lived in Oakland for a really long time, so that it was always sort of like this city smell of grime and the smell of public transportation in the air. So you know what I mean? You get these smells. So spend 1 minute on the sense of smell. And then finally, you'll shift your awareness to the sense of taste. And you might be thinking, well, how do I focus on taste if I'm not eating? Well, I guarantee you that you have a taste in your mouth right now. So to focus on the sense of taste for 1 minute, you might need to move your tongue around in your mouth a little bit. But what you will notice is the taste that's in your mouth might be a lingering taste of whatever you last ate or drank, even if it was, 20 minutes ago or a half hour ago. Or there might be some type of acidic taste or whatever the taste is of your mouth, the taste of your saliva, there is a taste to it. And even if it's subtle, just really try to hone in for 1 minute on this sense of taste. So in that way, over the course of 5 minutes, you've gone through each of these 5 senses. And what this is it's an embodied awareness meditation that grounds you immediately in the present moment and in your body. It is literally a pattern interrupt that shifts your mind away from whatever was causing you to feel stressed out and overwhelmed. So you're bringing your awareness and your attention into the present moment, but in a very embodied way. And this is a very deep yogic technique, especially in non-dual Tantra yoga, is to have embodied meditations like this. So I invite you to try this out. And again, remember that I'm putting the link to the actual guided meditation of this in the description below this video. After you try it out, let me know how it went for you in the comments below and how you liked it. And again, be sure to download the free report that I have for you, Karma Demystified, at www.karmic-warrior.com. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, take care and namaste.